Hey there guys, it's Dr. George here from thehealthybear.com, and today I wanted to have it's a pretty important conversation. This morning when I woke up, I found out that a good friend of mine had taken his own life. He was a beautiful man. He had been in a straight relationship, had a number of kids, and later in life had chosen to come out as a gay man. Doing this in a small rural town is not an easy task, and it seems for him, unfortunately, it led to his ultimate feeling of hopelessness, helplessness, and sadly we've now lost a wonderful, wonderful person. Today I thought it was really important to have a conversation about suicide and what we as a community can do about it. We know that there is always going to be a group of people that are at higher risk of suicide, and that's people with depression, with other mental illnesses, that leads people feeling very down and very sad. People who have had recent significant losses or significant shocking news, that can also lead to feelings of helplessness and hopelessness that can leave people feeling, caught in a corner, not knowing what to do. And here's the thing, that there used to be a belief that people who were suicidal, there was nothing you could do to stop them. And the actual data is the exact opposite. We know that a vast majority of people who are contemplating taking their lives will go out and either see their GP or see somebody that they trust before they plan to action what they're doing. And this is where our role comes in, not just me as a doctor, but us as a community. That if you have a mate and he trusts you, there could be a time when somebody will come to you saying, look, I'm really struggling and I don't know what to do. And this is where you can come in. If you have a friend coming to you saying that they're depressed, they're sad, and they just don't know what the hell to do, the most important thing you can do is be there for them and to listen to them. If it's starting to get a little bit awkward, that's a good sign that something else is going on, and it never harms to ask the question, mate, are you worried that you might harm yourself in any way? Because by asking the question, you can bring everything out into the open and allow people to talk. And the risky things are that if somebody has actually contemplated harming themselves, actually made a plan on how they will harm themselves, and then started to the preparations, they're all very, very risky signs that this is something major that needs to be addressed straight away. Adding on top of this something like another medical illness or intoxication with alcohol or drugs, that's a very, very dangerous recipe. So what can you do if somebody's come to you? As I said, the most important thing you can do is be with them. And if you think that this person's at risk, you believe that in your heart of hearts, you don't let go and you stay with that person until you can get them help. What does getting somebody help mean? Well, the first thing is, as I said, staying with them and protecting them from harming themselves. Then the next thing is to get help, whether that be contacting their GP and taking them to their GP where they can be reviewed, or if it's outside of hours of a GP, then the thing is to take them to their local hospital where they can be reviewed by the mental health team. Or if, say, you come into a situation where it's very risky, say your friend is sitting there with a gun or something like that, then you have to call the police and you have to get help, because this is somebody who's at high risk. I know that this isn't easy to talk about and it's very, very uncomfortable for many, many people, but we need to acknowledge that some of our mates are struggling and having a really, really tough time. And that's why it's important that we are aware that even very simple actions that we do can save a life. So sort of to recap, the most important thing you do is if somebody comes to you saying they need help, you stop whatever you're doing and you listen. Absolutely listen and be there for them, because you may be the last person that this person ever planned to speak with. If you find out that there is a plan that they are going to harm themselves in any way, then you need to help them get help. And whether that be contacting the local mental health services, the local police or something like that, this is a very useful thing for them. Don't ever leave somebody who's contemplating harming themselves by themselves, especially if they're pissed or under drugs, because that can be enough to push people over. So look, it's a tough topic, but I wanted to acknowledge that, you know, a good mate of mine has lost his life, and in many ways I'm so sad that I wasn't able to be there if he had reached out for me. So guys, there is some links underneath of some really good information that will help you to feel a little bit more confident about how to do the basic first aid when somebody is feeling unwell. Please, I urge you, download the PDFs, read the PDFs and share the PDFs, because this is important information that we all need to know. There you go. Have a read, and please, if you're struggling, I want you to reach out and get help, because guys, we're there and we want to help and we want to look after you. You're a brother, I'm going to look after you. See you guys. Bye.